Let's open them together.
The peak instead, so the maximum point of where the trend is,
On my way to La Durée Fashion Breakfast, the first in Dubai.
Hello everyone, welcome to this first vlog of the channel where I'm taking you a little bit with me during a typical week, or I'm not sure yet how many days I'm going to record in this vlog. So in case you're new here, my name is Jada. I'm the founder and CEO of Glam Observer. With Glam Observer, we do help those who want to break into the fashion industry. So my role as the CEO and educator is to teach and run the company. So in these vlogs, I will try to bring you a little bit with me in my days, which are like divided between like teaching fashion. So I'm going to be chatting about fashion. I'm going to working in the fashion. I will also, since I'm the CEO of the company, I also do a lot of business management and administration tasks. So you will see also a little bit of that. So this week we are actually in the middle of March. So if you're following me on Instagram, you probably noticed the extensive list of things that I did on Monday. So today it is Wednesday. So my Monday morning was packed with first I woke up and then I worked a little bit. Then we went for a Chloe's checkup, and then I went to the center where I had some meetings with recruiters and industry professionals to chat about current hiring practices in the fashion industry so that I can teach you. Then I had some beauty appointments. I then went back home because I had to prepare to run my Decoding the Runway masterclass. Paris Fashion Week finished like 1 week ago, and yesterday I did a live masterclass about Decoding the Runway where I teach how to spot runway trends from the runway. It was like 1.5 hour masterclass included in my break into the fashion industry course with my students. So to do that, I had to analyze many shows. So today I'm also sharing a little bit of that. And this is the life cycle of trends. So you might have noticed that there are some fashion trends that perhaps you saw some years ago, and now, for example, they have become popular. And this is because trends work in a cycle. So there is the introduction phase, there is the rise. So when more people, like masses, are going to start adopting this trend, there is the peak. So the highest point where everyone is wearing that trend, and then it starts declining to then go into obsolescence, and in a couple of years, or in for some seasons, for example, it could return. So that's why it works in a cycle. So this is another example of really showing you the trends life cycle, and showing also who are the first early adopters, how it works also with people adopting these trends. So in the first phase, which is the introduction, the first people who are adopting fashion trends are the early adopters, are those fashion innovators. Think about, for example, runways or stylists or designers, those who are really the ones who are almost dictating the trends. Then the trend starts rising. So opinion leaders, such as, for example, influencers, bloggers, online creators, fashion insiders, such as editors or stylists, start wearing the trend, and the trend so start getting some media attention. The peak instead, so the maximum point of where the trend is, super spread, is when it reaches the mass. So fast fashion brands, for example, start producing also that trend, and everyone is wearing it. So then after this peak period, then trends start the decline phase, because early adopters, so those who started, like the fashion innovators who adopted this trend for the first time, start moving on to the next aesthetic. And obsolescence indeed is when the trend is no longer decidable by the masses because it's replaced by a new trend. But if we go back, we can see actually that it could be that in 2 years, in 3 years, or even more, a trend that was a trend today or a trend that was considered like a trend years ago could come back. I'm also preparing for a trip to Dubai. So next week is going to be actually very, very busy. So I am based in Milan. I do live in Milan. And on Friday we are leaving because our daughter Chloe is turning 1 on Tuesday. So we're traveling south because we are both, me and my husband are from the south of Italy. So we're going to celebrate there with our family and friends. Then we are leaving for Dubai. We are going to take a little vacation for the weekend, and then I'm going to be working there. So I'm going to have a fashion breakfast with you. I'm going to teach some fashion and luxury strategies to some luxury brands, management, Excel, all of this stuff. And then we are returning to Milan. So I'm going to be away from the Glam Observer office for a bit now. So this is why a little bit like busiest weeks than usual. Not busiest in terms of work, but busiest in terms of like movements and things that I'm not doing at my desk. So I thought that it would have been fun to bring you with me. So yeah, let's go. I've just received 2 big Net-a-Porter boxes. Let's open them together. So the thing is that I rewarded myself with this things that I bought as a motivation. It's just that sometimes, and I also share this concept inside my book, you can reward yourself for the things that you're doing. So I'm going to start this big one first. And the thing is that as soon as I made the order this morning, and I spent quite a bit, I was immediately like motivated to get back to work and do more. Let's begin with this. Which is the most iconic thing that is inside this order? So here we have the iconic Alaya flats with the studs. Beautiful. Love them. So I got the dress for Chloe's first birthday. It was very last minute. Indeed, I used the Net-a-Porter same delivery service because in Milan they do have it. Because I was very, very busy this week. I'm also planning the event in Dubai, workshops, webinars, so many things, so I couldn't find a look, so I went online yesterday evening, basically at midnight, and I placed the order. And I love the fact that Net-a-Porter has the same day delivery. So this is the dress. Self-portrait. Then let's see what else I got. So I got some sandals because I'm going to Dubai. And also the thing is that last year I was pregnant, so I didn't make many purchases. So I saved up a bit more. So these are just very basic. I got 2 pair of Birkenstock. I already have the classic black ones and I want to try first this pair with the strap behind. And they're also like in a different material, so they're like in leather, like them, for my upcoming trip to Dubai. And I also got them in white, but like the suede plastic ones. Nice. Just something like very basic. I got a Skims sweater.
with the zip. That would be perfect for traveling, so I got this because I got the sporty and reach pants, but the hoodie was not available, so I then adapted it with Skims one. So I got the sporty and reach one because I've always wanted to try one up there. So let's see. And then I got a pair of sneakers because basically I mostly wear sneakers every day because I wear my samba all the time, and I wanted to find something a little bit similar but more for the summer. So these are the Tokyo model. And that's it. Let me know what you think. I'm also very excited to try the Alaya shoes because of course this is the piece of the order. I'm so excited. And if they fit, if the size is right, because I never tried any Alaya shoe. The size seems to be the right one. What do we think? Do we like them? What do we think? Imagined the studs to be a little bit smaller, so this is why I'm looking at now. So I imagine them to be smaller. Okay, that's it. I have to go because I'm hearing that Chloe is waking up from her nap, so I have to make her the lunch.
So the thing that I wanted to point out here is the concept of like rewarding yourself, which, I mean, this is what works for me, at least, is that sometimes I feel at a point in my career when I'm like stuck, not in terms of like, I don't know what to do, but it's because especially this has been like a very, very tough period because I was pregnant, then I gave birth 1 year ago, and despite my very, very hard labor, I basically just took 1 week completely off, and then I went slowly back to work, of course, working way less than what I was used to, but still like never switching off completely. And so this is going to be, now we are traveling to Dubai for a break because we actually need it. But something that also works for me when I feel stuck or when I feel like I'm losing the motivation is that, like, the other evening, it was midnight and I was in bed and I actually was scrolling to find a look for my event in Dubai and also something to wear to my daughter's first birthday. And I was looking for new shoes, things like that, because I was pregnant and then I gave birth. So basically last summer I didn't buy anything, so I had the feeling that I needed a little bit of like sandals and new things that I could take with me to Dubai. So I was scrolling and I went on Net-a-Porter and placed an order, and I spent a little bit more than what I usually spend, like especially like investing in a piece like the Alaya shoes that you have seen, which is not like, I'm not used to buy all of these luxury items despite I'm in the fashion industry, because I always invest back in the Glam Observer business. So the thing is that the minute that I placed the order, I felt this huge fire of wanting to work even more. Like yesterday I completed the Decoding the Runway masterclass. It was 7:30 p.m. And then this morning it was already 6 a.m. when I was up. I placed the order at 7 a.m. and I was already very like motivated to work even harder. And this really helped me to get a little bit of boost and reminded me of why I work so hard, because like I work from, I don't know, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Now I have a daughter, so of course I take breaks in between, and also she's home with me, so, or I take her with me to the office, so of course I'm not working like deep focus all the time, but still working like 10 hours a day if we then consider the breaks. And so I placed that order, and then yeah, I immediately felt so motivated to work hard. And I think this is a concept also that I shared in my book years ago, like to reward yourself for the things that you're doing. So for example, if you're working hard for something, you should from time to time reward yourself with whatever makes you happy, whether it's like getting a massage or a nail appointment. I actually should do one. Going to the hairdresser, or like getting a new pair of shoes, whatever it is. And it's also actually a concept that I teach to my students when they enroll in the course, in my Break into the Fashion Industry course. It's like, even myself, when I invest in a new coach, when I invest in a business coach, when I invest in something for my business or for my career, I want to make the most out of it. So sometimes I do take the plunge, so I do invest, because I know that even though I actually know what are the steps that I should be doing, you know, it's like you get that course, you get that coach to get the accountability. So whenever they take my Break into the Fashion Industry course, on any of my courses, I say to them that you should work harder, because now you have to kind of get back the investment that you have just made. So my courses are not priced like thousands of euros, but still it is a lot for a student. And so I hope that this investment is going to push you to work even harder to get it back as soon as possible, to get the job as soon as possible, to apply all of the strategies so that you get the investment back as soon as possible. And so I wanted to share this concept with you. It is what works for me, and I think probably it's going to resonate with other people as well. So yeah, this morning when I placed the order, I was a little bit hesitant, but the minute after that I placed the order, I felt immediately like super motivated to work even harder, because I'm working to be able to do this type of things. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you. Okay, so I've just finished defining some details for our Dubai event. It's going to be a fashion career Q&A breakfast, and we are partnering with La Durée Middle East in Dubai to host the event at their space. So I'm actually very, very excited about that. So yeah, I will also vlog there to bring you with me behind the scenes of the event. So yeah, it's going to be an intimate breakfast, very cozy, very nice. They're going also to do for us some customized coffee and macaroons with the Glam Observer logo, and then I'm offering the breakfast to the attendees. So we're limiting this event to just 15 people, because it's going to be like an intimate breakfast. They're going to chat with me directly to ask me all of their career questions. I'm excited to meet with some of my students. So yeah, it's going to be very, very nice to meet you.
Good morning, I'm on my way to Dubai Hills for our fashion breakfast, the first in Dubai. So we actually arrived on Thursday, but as you can probably tell from my voice, I got the flu when we landed. Now I'm fully recovered, but my voice is still like speaking from my nose. So we landed on Thursday. I had a cold for the first few days. Now I'm fully recovered and excited for this new event and excited to meet with you all. I'm not based in Dubai, so as you probably know, I am based in Italy, Milan. So I'm very actually excited to be here and to meet you. Yeah, I will see you inside.
I feel like you're going to be here for a while.
At least 2 years, yeah. At least 2 years.
Traveler. Like, do you like going to different places?
I do.
You have the knowledge of the market that a local person might do. So if you want to work for you or and you want to be like a fashion buyer of a specific market, you might have that market knowledge that a local person doesn't have. So and then the languages, you want to learn France. Well, it's probably the languages. So we can... We can even speak English now. I was working in Hamlet, we were speaking English. You're welcome. I was working in yeah. Thank you so much for joining. See you. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Event is done. So excited to have meet so many of you at the event. So we are back in Milan from Dubai. It was such an incredible experience. So I loved meeting with you in person. All of my courses are online, so I like from time to time also to connect with you in person as well. It's like a deeper relationship, but I have to admit that I still love our online Zoom meetings. If you're in one of my courses, to meet with you monthly, it is such an honor and pleasure for me because we are like cozy, everyone is home, and also we are connecting worldwide. So this is what I love about the beauty of the online spaces. You can connect with anyone from any part of the world at the same time, which I think is magic. And also fashion is an international industry, and I've always wanted to have like a beautiful relationship with so many of you. So I really love that in our courses, in the community, there are people connecting at the same time from so many countries: US, UK, Europe, India, Dubai, Australia, in our close video all together. It is really magical, but also like from time to time to connect with you also on, in person. It was very wonderful to meet you in Dubai, and I was so surprised. So basically, how the event came up, the idea is that I already had to go to Dubai to meet with some luxury fashion companies. I do coach, mentor those companies. And when I posted a story and I said that I was about to go to Dubai, and I asked if you were up for a meeting, I was so impressed by so many responses that I received. So I said, okay, let's organize it. Very last minute. It was organized very, very quickly. It was super indeed very close, very intimate, of just 15 people compared to my courses or webinars where there are so many people. But I really love the fact that Glam Observer started in Italy, but from the beginning, like Glam Observer has always grown into an international business and company, and my community is everywhere in the world, and especially like now more and more people are coming from Dubai as well, which is fantastic. I really love the city. If you're in one of my newsletter, you probably already know that that day was fantastic, and then that night fainted, I thrown up. And this is just to really, because it was like a mix of things actually, to be honest, because for lunch, so the event was over around 1:30 p.m. It was when the last person left the event, and I didn't eat anything during the event, so I just had an orange juice on an empty stomach. So probably that orange juice like bothered me, so I didn't have lunch because I didn't feel like having lunch after that orange juice. And I didn't have dinner because also like my stomach was so upset. And that night, like I woke up in the middle of the night, it was like 4 a.m. I went into the bathroom and I fainted. And then after 30 minutes I also thrown up, and then I started immediately feeling much better. So it was a mix of, I think, a little bit of stress and exhaustion, because like I said, it was a little bit of stressful period. Like we landed, I got sick, but also before, like I had so much like work and things going on that, yeah, I just wanted to share with you that even though, as you probably noticed from the previous video, the breakfast seemed like very beautiful and perfect behind this Instagram perfect moments, we all have these moments of when we feel like things are not going in the right direction. Yeah, just because if you see something on Instagram, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going absolutely fine for everyone. If you look at my camera roll from that Dubai trip, it seems like a magical and fantastic, but it was just the 5 minutes where we took the photos, like as a family of 3 for the first time. It was our first trip on the beach of Dubai. It was beautiful, but we didn't leave the hotel, like just for the first day when we arrived, when I was a little bit sick, and so we still had a very quick tour to the Dubai Mall. But then we stayed at the hotel for the entire days, despite when I did the breakfast or when I had to go for work for these luxury brands. But if you look at my camera roll, it's perfect. I still have to post some pictures on Instagram, but it is beautiful. But it was just that moment of the pictures, and then the rest was like, as I said, I was sick, Chloe was sick. And then I also didn't feel good for that. And we, of course, got scared because we were not home. So it was so many things. But anyway, I'm glad, because either way, even with this bad side, it still was a magical trip. And yeah, we all have these moments of, you know, life is a roller coaster. You feel great one day, the other day you feel a little bit So let me know what you think about this first vlog. If you want to see more, what's interesting, what you would like to see, I will still keep the focus of the channel on helping you break into the fashion industry, but I thought it was like nicer because also I post on stories what you want to see on the channel, and many of you said that you want to also see vlogs. So the reason why I started filming this was like to meet your answers. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you like it, if you want more vlogs. So for now, thank you so much for watching, for being here, and I really hope to see you in one of my courses so we can keep in touch and I can help you with your Korean fashion. And thank you and bye for now.